Hi everyone. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Jenny Boothe. I'm currently the head of half-hourly settlements in Ofgem. I can make my speech really short. Exactly what Sid said. That's it. Thank you. Good night. But what I'll do, I'll probably elaborate a little bit on 2 points. So the point Sid made about this is really important, it really is. Those of you who are familiar with the programme understood that maybe September, October last year, this programme was delayed by about 6.5 months. One of my most challenging experiences then was to face off with 15 deputy directors from DESNES, all losing their minds because this programme is delayed. Just to elaborate on that, I had DDs that were talking about the flex market, talking about 2G, 3G sign-off and close-off, future retail market, security standards. It was just, it was bizarre, but they all felt this programme is so important that a delay is almost catastrophic. So since September to November, I had to sort of bring people down from their position to say, look, one, it's a very complicated programme. It is very complex. Every aspect of the electricity market is changing. It has to be tested properly. You do not want to start this programme and then everything falls over. So calm down a little bit, folks. It's 6.5 months in a programme that was always originally badged at being at least 5 years. So calm down. And they've been relatively quiet since then. One personal experience in my 22 years at Ofgem was that my CEO DM'd me about this. That's how important it is. Bypassed my director, my deputy director. Jenny, can I have 5 minutes, please? Now, if your CEO directly DM'd you, what would you feel like? What would you think? And down the corridor. He was fine. Once I explained it to him, he was fine and he was calm. However, less so the Secretary of State. So the Secretary of State and Jonathan, my CEO, actually face-to-face went down to see my Elexon colleagues on the 6th of January. Again, stressing the point how important it is. Now, the Secretary of State, not a minister, not a senior official, the man himself went down to Euston Road. So to go and to elaborate on Sid's point, this is really important. Slightly to elaborate a little bit more, flex markets. There is a push to actually generate that market, and exactly as Sid said, getting that data, suppliers encouraging consumers to shift their load is one of the key things for that flex market, and you may see in documentation around the place about aggregators coming into market. There is a push to license aggregators to actually help generate that flex market and get them into the retail market. So a lot of change that is being enabled by this MHHS programme. So the importance of it, I can't say anything more than what Sid has said. It is coming. So just to sort of manage the government, DESNES, and even my senior managers' anxiety of further delays, when we made the decision to say we accept that there's going to be a 6.5-month delay, we also said we're going to come out with a regulatory package to mitigate the risk of further delays. That's going to be in the form of directions on all MHHS participants, but also on Elexon as the implementation manager. Those are really about reporting more frequently to Ofgem, actually enabling Elexon to use its capability to encourage and be more flexible about their approach to testing. Some of those activities, even though we haven't published the directions yet, are proving fruitful. We are seeing an uptick in the progress of testing, which is really, really positive and really good to see. And that is down to everyone in the industry and probably people in this room actually getting hold of the reins and actually putting the effort in. However, that said, we are going to publish these directions. They are going to be binding. And if parties don't comply with them, We expect to use our soft powers to encourage you, and I'm going to use that word, encourage you to put in a little extra effort. We are also going to put in some new licence conditions on licensed parties. We're looking and hoping for those to take effect around the migration stage, because we know that's an area where there is a risk of delay. And not just suppliers. I have been pushing back because people go, oh, it's going to be the suppliers. Not necessarily, because we do have to have DCC performing. We do have to have the DNOs performing. We also need the DIP to be performing as appropriate to the appropriate standards. So we will be, of course, consulting on all of these things, and we'll be putting those out hopefully March, April time to get people's feedback on those. So just to reiterate what Sid said, it is coming, whether we like it or not. It is coming, by hook or by crook. It will be here. We are under the microscope, unfortunately, or fortunately, whichever way you want to look at it, in terms of meeting these new deadlines. And we will be naming and shaming if people are delaying things. We will be using our soft powers if we have to engage with people to help encourage them. And there will be a letter from the Secretary of State and Jonathan coming out relatively soon when the SOS comes back from India, coming out very soon to encourage CEOs to put as much effort as they can into meeting these new timelines. That's all I want to say. It is important, just to repeat what Sid has said, we are keen to get this over the line. The government are also keen to get this over the line. And then hopefully we can all take a breath when it does start to work. And as Sid said, all those benefits will start to be realised, hopefully sometime in 2026, 27.